Hello friends, I am your Amarnath. Let us discuss some of the questions on new public administration. Right? So these are the questions framed on the topic of new public administration. So if take the first question on this new public administration. So the first question reads as new public administration and new public management are two sides of same coin. Once again, I will repeat the question. New public administration and new public management are two sides of same coin. Discuss. So let us go to the answer part. The question revolves around two themes. One is new public administration and other one is new public management. And the question says that both are two sides of same coin. Both new public administration and new public management, both are two sides of same coin, right? So if you take the structure of the answer, right? So the very first part of the answer, it should contain the introduction of both NPA and NPM. So both should be introduced within 20 words. So what is NPA? What is NPM? Then give a brief description about NPA. Third, a brief description about NPM. Now our main element comes, that is whether both are two sides of same coin or both are two different terms. That is what our main element of the question. So here the question says that these two are two sides of same coin. Now we should prove or we should conclude whether they are two sides of same coin or they are totally irrelevant and in different terms, right? So that is what our conclusion is. So conclude your answer. Conclude your answer by focusing on the main element. By focusing on the main element of the question. So if you take new public administration, so the term new public administration, it got emerged. So new public administration as a movement, it was emerged in latter 1960s, particularly after first Meerbrook conference, which was held under the chairmanship of Dwight Waldo. So it was Dwight Waldo and his young generation scholars, right, who met in Syracuse University to discuss on the practice of public administration. So Dwight Waldo, along with young generation scholars of public administration, they met in this Syracuse University, and it is in this meeting they had dealt on the working of public administration towards the American society. So if you take 1960s, so 1960s is a period of turbulence, right? It is a period of turbulence where the American society, right, has witnessed, right, the issues like the Black Rights movements. There was a people anger on American involvement in Vietnam War, right? So growing unrest in the American universities. Right, so these are some of the challenges that American society was facing, and how administration was responding to this situation. So it is in this backdrop, right? So it is in this Meerbrook One conference, the concept of the new public administration has emerged. So this new public administration is one of the important event in the evolution of public administration. So in the evolution of public administration, NPA has an important place, right? So this new public administration has emerged as a critic of traditional public administration, where traditional public administration was obsessed with the themes like efficiency, economy, value neutrality, principles. And the traditional public administration, by focusing on these elements, it has undermined the ethical and the moral concerns of public administration. So it is as a critic to this traditional public administration. New public administration has emerged, and it has given a new orientation to the to the discipline of public administration. Right? It has brought new goals. So according to Frank Marini, right? According to Frank Marini, right? Public administration in the time of turbulence, he came with these goals, right? So that is, these goals as given by Frank Marini includes, right, relevance of public administration. So that is, public administration should be relevant to the ongoing problems of society instead of focusing on the managerial approach, right? It focused on what you call social equity, values, change, client-oriented administration was prescribed by new public administration. So these are the new goals that were brought. So these are the goals which were highlighted by Frank Marini, and they took an important place within public administration. So here new public administration gave more importance. So it was a practitioner-oriented administration. Right? So this new public administration is seen as a prescription for the working administrators. So more than enriching the discipline, more than contributing towards discipline of public administration, right? It was more towards a practitioner oriented, right? So this is what about a brief description of new public administration, right? So new public administration, right, has brought a newness. It has brought a new orientation to the existing public administration by highlighting these goals, right? Similarly, another important event that has become an important theme of public administration is new public management, right? So if you take this new public management, so this new public management as a concept, it has emerged, right? It took shape and it became a dominant theme in the early 1990s. So it was only after 1991, new public management came out. So right, both directly and indirectly, this new public management was influenced by Minno-Brook II conference, which was held in 1988. And even before this 1988, right, for the first time, right, it was the British government under the prime ministership of Margaret Thatcher and US government under the presidentship of Ronald Reagan. They have successfully implemented the neoliberal policy. So new public management has roots in this neoliberalism, right, which gave more importance to individual freedom, more importance to non-state actors, right? So this neoliberalism has propagated the idea of minimum role of the state. So it is this philosophy which has emphasized rollback of the state. So new public management has emerged in this backdrop of neoliberal philosophies, which was adopted in the Western countries, particularly in Britain as well as what you call US, right? So new public management, it focused on restructuring of the government. So the main theme of this new public management is to bring down the role of state, that is rollback of the state. Alright. So here the focus of this NPM, is to improve efficiency, effectiveness and economy in public expenditure. So new public management is seen as a necessary remedy in the working of public sector units. So it is right in the backdrop of failure of public sector units which were under the state control. Alright. So this NPM gave a solution. So the solution is rollback of the state, decreasing the role of state. So yeah, right, and on the other hand, increasing the involvement of non-state actors. The ultimate purpose of this NPM is to increase 3 E's, that is efficiency, economy and effectiveness. Right? So this NPM gave a new orientation to the state, that is state should act as a facilitator, should act as a catalyst. And here we see a change in the trend, that is NPM has advocated a change from a bureaucratic administration, a bureaucratic government to entrepreneurial government, a catalytic government. So, right, the main the main concern was on increasing the governance. We don't need more government. We need a better governance. So focus was on, right, the proponents of this NPM, right? So William Niskanen, right? They focused on increasing or improving the performance of the state, the performance in the form of providing better governance. Right? So here it is not about state rowing. State should act as a steering wheel. That is what the new role. Right? So this is what about a short description of new public management. Right? So NPM reinvented the ethical and moral concerns within public administration. It has reinvented what you call the normative concerns of public administration by highlighting the goals of relevance, social equity, change, right, client-oriented administration. So this is about NPA. Whereas coming to NPM stressed more on the structure, the working and the process of governance. So, right, so it is on the process of governance, it is on the act of governance. So NPM's focus was on structure, agencies and process. Whereas NPA, it focused on goals, morals and ethical tone of public administration. Right? So NPA and NPM, they lie on the same line. They lie on the same line. So one talks about the ethical and moral concerns and other one talks about, right, NPM talks about the ways of achieving these goals. It doesn't mean that NPM, right, the emergence of NPM or the emergence of triple E as the goals doesn't mean that, right, the goals of relevance, equity should be discarded. So it is not about the goals. It is about how best these goals can be achieved. Right? How best the government can be reformed. How best the state can be reformed in achieving these goals. That is what the NPM. So NPM focuses on improving the administration, improving the governance, not administration. It is about improvements needed in the governance so that the state goals are achieved. Right? So in this, when you see in this angle, NPA and NPM, they are not different. They lie on the same line. Both are two ends of same continuum. Right? And you cannot separate them. You cannot separate NPA and NPM. So when you see from this point of view, definitely we can say that they cannot be separated. They cannot be separated. They lie on the same line. They lie on the same line. So this is what, right? So this is what the answer for this question is. So we can definitely say that NPA and NPM are two sides of same coin. Both are interrelated and both, right? So both cannot be, right, separated. Both should not be seen in separation. Right? So this is what about the answer for this question.